Hey y'all, so it is a start of a new vlog, and I wanted to make sure this time around that I actually answer the questions that I asked y'all to leave. That way I can answer them in the vlog, because I didn't do it in the last vlog and I was like, dang, I should probably do it. Okay, and I didn't really get that many comments, so y'all need to start commenting on my stuff. Okay, so somebody said, I have a question. How do you keep up in a wig business that have thousands of other companies, especially in 2022 going into 2023? I want to start my business and within the next year, but I don't know how to stand out when social media algorithms are getting worse and I don't have a lot of clientele waiting on me. Okay. So you said a lot in that, so we're gonna break it down. So how do you keep up in a wig business that have thousands of other companies? How do you keep up? Well, you have to figure out what's going to make you different from other companies, and usually it's yourself. Your own self is what's going to set you apart from other companies, because God only made one you, and that is the biggest difference that you will be able to make in your business. On top of that, I don't know if you be on social media, if you see the what I asked for versus what I got post, if you see all of the unprofessionalism with the stylists and wig makers out there, there is a need for somebody to come in that actually cares about their customers, for people to give good customer service, for people to actually be really good at what they do, for people to actually provide good quality hair that is going to actually last and do what the business owner says that it will do. So there's still a huge need for that in the market. The biggest way to separate yourself from other people is to, you know what, y'all, I don't know why I'm sitting here talking. I got work to do. I'm gonna answer that question as I work. You don't really, before you start any business, it's not just wig related. Let me put y'all here. Okay, so like I was saying, when it comes to starting a business, you're not starting a business for yourself and because it's something that you love to do. It's bigger than it being something that you love to do and starting a business for yourself. You get into business because you want to serve other people. How do you want to serve people? What problems are you solving for them? How are you helping them? And if you're able to think of a way that you can help them in which other people aren't doing, then that's greatly going to set you apart. But there's still a huge need for just customer service. Customer service is so huge. You would think everybody would give good customer service, but they don't. People are unprofessional. A lot of people think because they have created their own business, all of a sudden that means that they get to make their own rules. And yes, that's true, but a lot of business owners, they make rules that benefit them and they don't have any rules that's going to benefit their customers. And it's like, it goes back to what I just said. You're in business to serve your customers. It's not about you, it's about them. And a lot of people don't understand that. So when it comes to getting in business, that's mindset. If you have a mindset that you should not get into business with a mindset of, oh, this industry is oversaturated, oh, it's too many people in this industry, how could I succeed when all of these other people? Fuck all of them other people. Who cares about all of them other people? It's mindset. It's mindset. Every industry is oversaturated. All of them. Think about doctors and nurses. It's 1,000,001 doctors and nurses. It's 1,000,001 cashiers. It's 1,000,001 companies selling food. It's 1,000,001 restaurants. It's 1,000,001 clothing companies. Everything is saturated. Everything is saturated. So don't even let that discourage you. That's more of a mindset thing. And I would recommend, or anybody that is tuning in, if you are struggling with that, you feel like, who would take me seriously, or why would a person want to shop with me when there's so many competitors out there? when the market is saturated, first of all, you likely have imposter syndrome. So you want to research that and work on how to get over imposter syndrome. And another thing is you need to probably read or listen to motivational videos about your value. You want to work on building up confidence, understanding your worth, understanding your value, understanding your life purpose, understanding what you add into the world. Because once you know your worth, and once you know that you were created and it's only one of you, and God made you in a unique way, and that God instilled something special in you, you won't care about all that other stuff. You won't care about all of that other stuff. So a lot of that is mindset. Y'all, I was like, what? I picked this up from the post office because, you know, Christmas just went by. And I was like, dang, my customer sent me a letter or something. But no, it was her closure. Remember, we already received her hair, but she sent in the wrong closure. So we finally got this closure so we can finally make her wig. Okay, what was the other portion? I want to start my business within the next year. That's a perfect time to plan out your business and get started within a year. It doesn't take a year to start a business, but I feel like that is a good amount of time to really research and create a really nice plan, get your branding together, figure out how you want to market your business, all of that. So I feel like that's a good amount of time. It says, I don't know how to stand out when social media algorithms. Let me tell y'all something about the algorithm. I be sighing a lot in these videos, y'all. Everything just stop caring. Y'all gotta stop caring about stuff y'all have no control over. We don't have no control over no algorithm. Algorithms been around since the beginning of time, okay? It's always been an algorithm. It's always been an algorithm, okay? Now, a lot of people, they just now started speaking on the algorithm maybe within the last 2 or 3 years. And now it's become like this huge thing where everybody's stressing out and, oh, the algorithm is against me. In my personal opinion, that's just another excuse for people not to do what they need to do. It's just another convenient excuse. Oh, every time I post content, I don't get any likes, I don't get no shares, I don't get this, I don't get that. It's pointless, I don't know what I'm doing, so I haven't started yet. It's another excuse. Y'all, I'm trying, and I hope no one feels offended by what I'm saying, but one thing I do know about being in business is you have to be honest with yourself. And you don't have to be honest with me, but be honest with yourself at the end of the day. Be honest with yourself at the end of the day. Are you using that as an excuse to not do it? Because a lot of people, they think about things they want to do, and then they will also talk themselves out of the great things that they want to do, or the ideas and thoughts that they come up with. People will come up with some of the most brilliant thoughts and ideas, and within the next 24 hours they have come up with 99 reasons of why they shouldn't do it. Then they get discouraged, then they never do it, and then they automatically think like some guru is going to come along and give them the magic formula, and they'll all of a sudden be able to make $1 million within the next 5 years. It does not work that way. You have to keep it real with yourself. Stop making excuses. And the algorithm is a perfect excuse that a lot of people have been using. Yes, the algorithm is out there, and the algorithm not hurting everybody. It's people out there who started their social media accounts this year and they already got thousands of followers. They're making all of this money. There's people who started their businesses last year, within the last 3 years, and they started from zero like everybody else. When I started my YouTube account, I started with 0 subscribers. This current YouTube page I've had since I was in middle school. This page I've had since I was in, oh, that's a lie. No. This page I've had since I was in high school. I've had this page for well over 10 years. My page didn't really grow. This YouTube channel until like 2-3 years ago. 2 or 3 years ago. And I've had this channel for way over 10 years. Okay? It takes time. The reason why it took so long was because I wasn't consistent. If I could be real with myself, I was not consistent. I didn't understand what my audience would actually like to see. I was jumping all over the place. I would do cooking tutorials. I would do a little bit of hair. I would try to do makeup. I was jumping all over the place, doing too much of everything. And on top of that, I wasn't being consistent. So of course, for all of those years, my accounts did not grow. I didn't get any views. I didn't get no likes. I didn't get no comments. Hell, I barely still get comments. I barely get comments still. But I didn't get any of those things. And when I go back and look at myself, I was not being consistent. That was the truth. It didn't have nothing to do with the algorithm. I could have easily blamed it on the algorithm and be like, YouTube only want to push these colored people, well, a lack of colored people, non-colored people content, and that's why my page won't grow, right? I could have easily said that, oh, YouTube, they only want to promote a certain type of people, or only the popular people are able to grow their channels, and they're able to continue to be more popular, while all of these newer channels, we just have to struggle, blah, blah, blah. I could have easily made those excuses for myself, but I didn't. I looked myself in the mirror. I realized what I was lacking. I realized what I was doing wrong, and I made the decision to change it. So we have to stop looking at the algorithm and blaming the algorithm for stuff. You have to understand, even if you're looking at more popular people, and for one, don't compare your journey to anybody else's, because you never know what it took for a certain person to achieve what they have accomplished. But a lot of people, they look at like popular accounts and they think like, oh, this person is popular, that's why they're doing so well. This person is popular, that's why their business is doing so well. And that's not true. At the end of the day, all of our accounts start at zero. At the end of the day, all of us had to work hard to gain our following, whether we knew the algorithm was in place or not. And we just can't use that as an excuse. That's not a good enough excuse to not follow your dreams. Okay? If I could give advice, I would say don't even acknowledge the algorithm. I don't acknowledge the algorithm at all. I don't acknowledge it, because it's always going to change. It's out of your control, and there's no point in giving your time and energy to something you have absolutely no control over. You can't beat an algorithm that's always going to change. You can't beat it. There's no point in trying to beat it. All you can do is get a good understanding of who you're trying to serve, the audience you're trying to serve, get to know everything there is to know about them, and create the content that you feel that they would interact with, engage with, and that would be helpful to them. And then it says, okay, how to stand out when social media algorithms are getting worse and I don't have a lot of clientele waiting on me. None of us have clientele waiting on us. None of us. None of us, when we first started our business, had clientele waiting on. I mean, I can't say none of us. I can't speak for other people. But when I started my business, I didn't have nobody waiting on me. When I started my business, no, I didn't have no clientele. You just have to put in the work. You put in the work. You only get out of life what you have put into life. So how much work have you put in? How much blood, sweat, tears, time, and energy have you put in? How many people's lives have you changed with your business? How have you greatly impacted someone else's life? That's going to determine how much money you make. If you have not had any impact on anybody's life, and this goes for all businesses, whether you sell hair, whether you sell tea, whether you sell t-shirts, it's always bigger than the product and service that you're providing. It's always bigger than that. So how have you helped someone so much that, I don't know, it's all about servicing people and servicing them in a way that is worthy of success. Your success is based off of how well you impact the lives of others. That's what your success is based off of. How well you're able to impact the lives of others. Because like I said, business is all about servicing other people. The better you can service people, the more successful you'll be. I could have sworn there was I feel like I had 2 more questions. Okay. So this one is by Maria. She said a lot. But her question is, not sure if you answered this in another vlog, but how do you handle scamming clients, mail carriers, and chargebacks or disputes? As a business owner, I can only imagine having to deal with such claims. So when it comes to, okay, scamming clients, chargebacks, and disputes, I don't get a lot of them. I probably get 1 or 2 disputes for every 1,000 orders. And the best way to avoid scams, which has helped me tremendously, is 1, not having cheap prices. When you have cheap prices, you attract cheap people. Now, I ain't saying everybody cheap, because your girl still like to shop at the Dollar Tree, and just because I shop at the Dollar Tree don't mean I'm cheap. You get what I'm saying? Your girl still like a good bargain on certain things. Not all things, but certain things, and that don't mean I am cheap. If I can give an example, if I go to the Dollar Tree and I buy like, I don't know, let's say I buy like a plastic bin, and I put something heavy in a plastic bin and it just breaks, I'm not going to be mad, because I understand that the price of that item was cheap. That typically means that it was not going to hold up, and there was a greater chance of it breaking. Like that kind of makes sense. Now, when I'm talking about like being cheap, I'm talking about where your prices are so cheap, but it does not match the value of what you're selling. You're selling something that is way far more worth the value, and you're selling it at this price. You're selling it at a too good to be true type of price. So when you have items at a too good to be true type of price, you attract too good to be true type of individuals. Y'all following me? So you're gonna attract a person that you giving them a good deal, but baby, they finna make the deal sweeter. Yeah, this just reminded me, it was a girl on TikTok, and oh, I hope she don't watch my videos. I'm not gonna say her name, but I could probably pull it up. Hold up real quick. The people, they was giving me a hard time, and I told the girl to increase our prices. So this girl, she had got a dispute for $485 on a customer who ordered multiple 34-inch bundles. So the customer ordered like 3 or 4 34-inch bundles, and then she made a dispute on it. And my advice to that video was to charge more. Your prices are too cheap. You're going to get that dispute because your prices are way too good to be true, especially when a 30-inch bundle should already be like $500 a bundle. So they're getting multiple bundles for the price of what one bundle should have been. That's too good to be true. First thing is making sure your prices, I hope my answer not all over the place, and I'm hoping I'm really making sense. But I feel like a lot of people go wrong with their low prices. When your prices are too cheap, you just attract people who just feel like, yeah, it's a deal, but I'm finna make it an even better deal. Like, I don't know, y'all. It's just, it must be like a rule or a law in the universe that says, you know what, yeah, what you put out is what you're gonna attract. So if you're putting out like low price, too good to be true prices out into the world, you're gonna attract too good to be true people who don't take it seriously. If you're not taking your product seriously and pricing it correctly, other people are not gonna take your business seriously. I mean, it's just how it works, and it's a proven fact. So if you want to cut back on chargebacks and all of those headaches and hassles, increase your prices. I don't know, it just works. It just works. Another thing is making sure you have well written policies, because the policies you write for your business is what protects your business. Your policies is like your word. It's what you promise and what you have to live up to. So you have to have well explained policies to protect you. So for example, with mail carriers do steal packages. Mail carriers, they do lose packages and all of that. So you should have a policy to protect you for that. You will not be responsible for lost, stolen, or damaged packages. So if a package is lost, stolen, or damaged, make sure the customers know that's between them and the mail carrier. That's between them and the mail carrier, right? Another thing I do for lost and stolen packages, I do give customers an option to pay for insurance on my website. So if you don't pay for insurance, I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do. If your package gets lost, you should have paid those extra $3 to insure your package. If your package gets lost and damaged, hey, my policy already states that that's not on me, that's between you and the mail carrier. And then on top of that, especially if you didn't pay for the insurance on your package, then it definitely ain't got nothing to do with me. You know, you should have got the insurance. The option was available. You opt out of it. Having acknowledgments on your website where people have to check a box to say that they have read and they agree to your policies and terms on your website. That's another thing that helps you. What else? Having well written product descriptions so that people know exactly what it is that they're ordering. You can have a picture of like some hair bundles on your website, and it can say 12-inch is $80. Well, if your product description doesn't say this item is one 12-inch bundle, you might have people purchasing from you thinking that that was a bundle deal, so that meant they was getting 2 or 3 bundles. So you really have to break down and fully explain what your product is, what it does, how to use it, all of that in a product description. So there's no way a customer can put in a dispute and say, oh, the item is not what I expected, I didn't receive the item that I thought I was going to receive. Like, you have to make sure you fully and thoroughly explain what your product is in a product description. Don't make any exceptions for people. If you have rules and policies, you don't make an exception for nobody, not even your mom. Stand strong on your policy. A lot of people will try to threaten you about your policies, like they agree to your terms and services and now they just want to get over on you. They'll be like, oh, I'm gonna leave you a bad review, this is not what I wanted, blah 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 blah. People take advantage of new business owners. They'll hit you with a sad sob story. They take advantage of new business owners, so you have to just know your stuff. That's why if you don't have a policy page, no product descriptions, you're like a target, because people are gonna think, oh, this is easy, this is gonna be an easy person to get over on, because you don't have no policies. So the people just gonna think you don't know what you're doing. Another thing for me, if you purchase anything over like $100 on my website, your billing and shipping information must match. It must match. I understand, like, it's college kids out there, they might have a different address. Some people still use their parents' addresses and stuff like that. Unfortunately, you just wouldn't be able to order on my website. You wouldn't be able to order, unfortunately. It hasn't stopped any money from coming in. And plus, you know, it hasn't stopped any money from coming in, but I'm not taking those chances with my business. So those are things that have really helped me, or things I had to learn the hard way over the years. It doesn't happen often. Like I say, most people who are going to get a lot of chargebacks are people who have way too good to be true prices, people who do not stand strong on their policies. Those are the people who are going to have a lot of chargebacks. Or if you just don't have a good quality product, you might just be getting chargebacks for real because people just don't like what you have to offer. You might feel like it's the best thing moving, and a lot of people in your audience might feel like it's trash, and they'll be disappointed. So those are a couple things that helped me. As far as like mail carriers filling packages, don't ship out high priced items. So I would never ship out $200, $300, $400 plus dollars worth of stuff in a custom package, or like in a custom box that says Wigs by Ebony on the front. Why would I send out, y'all know how people be getting custom boxes? Why would I send out a box as is, don't put it in another Discreet box or nothing, and it legit say on the front of the box Wigs by Ebony? It got a photo of me or a photo shoot of like some models wearing my products on the front of it. Why would you do that? Now everybody know what's inside the package. Now all the postal workers, they know it's a package. They know what's inside the package. It's a wig. And it just makes it tempting for people to steal what you have inside your package. To me, I would never do that. That's why if I have custom boxes, I put them inside of a plain poly mailer. Or my poly mailers right now, the only thing that is still on my poly mailers is everything. It don't even say Everything Ebony because people can search business names and see what Everything Ebony says. My poly mailers right now, all they have on the front is everything. It don't say no Wigs by Ebony. Even on my shipping labels don't say Everything Ebony LLC. It don't say Wigs by Ebony. It say my first and last name on my shipping labels. It say Ebony Moody on my shipping labels. And that cuts back on people stealing packages. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. That has worked. That is what has worked for me. Those are some really good questions, y'all. Oh, Maria also asked, have you ever considered a virtual address? I do have a virtual address, but that's more so for documents. So instead of putting like my home address when you apply for like your LLC or your EIN number, or like for paperwork purposes, I do use a virtual address through Alliance Virtual. It was somebody, and I was like, I am going to respond to this in my next, I was like, I'm gonna respond to this in my next vlog. Okay. Oh, okay. It was Maria. It was Maria. Dang, Maria been waiting a long time. I told Maria I was gonna answer that question 3 months ago, y'all. I feel bad. All right, well, I'm gonna watch some YouTube videos, y'all, and I'm about to finish this wig.
Stuck in the past watching videos of us. I have been trying to get rid of your stuff, but voices in my head are telling me to stop. It's all I have left, all I have of you. Thought I was more than a body to hold, baby. I wanted you, wanted us to be something more. I was so sure, but let my guard down for you. Baby, why'd you have to love me like that? I gave you my heart and you tore it apart. Don't know why you had to hurt me like that. Cause now I'm messed up, drinking non-stop, just trying to forget you and everything we said. But I can't seem to get these thoughts out of my head. Baby, why'd you have to love me like that? Love me like that. Oh, staying inside in my bed all day long, listening to sad songs and feeling so low, thinking about you and where we went wrong. 'Cause I wanna know why you let me go. Thought I was more than a body to hold, baby. I wanted you, wanted us to be something sure I let my guard down for you. Baby, why'd you have to love me like that? I gave you my heart and you tore it apart. Don't know why you had to hurt me like that. Cause now I'm messed up, drinking non-stop, just trying to forget you and everything we said. But I can't seem to get these thoughts out of my head. Baby, why'd you have to love me like that? Love me like that. Thought I was more than a body.